Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you daily tarot reading for today. It is Thursday, it is the 26th of August 2021, and today I am working with the Steampunk Tarot. I know I've used some really unusual and peculiar decks this week, and I do hope that you've enjoyed them. But yeah, we've had some tough messages, haven't we? I keep hoping that the messages are going to get simpler and easier and a little bit more a little bit more lighthearted, but no, apparently Spirit have got lots of things that they need us to understand, and yeah, repeated messages and all that stuff. So let's get into today for Thursday. Let's see what is the message that Spirit have for us. What do we need to be aware of today, Thursday the 26th of August? The first card we have is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is not a card we've seen for a while. Six of Swords is a fabulous one. So here we have, remember, this is a steampunk theme. She has climbed on a, I don't know what you call this, I'm going to call it an aeroplane, a hot air balloon. And there's movement, okay? So we're progressing, we're moving, we're leaving something behind and we're moving towards something else. But what often happens with the Six of Swords, it's saying to you that, yes, you're desiring change, you're desiring progress, you're desiring forward movement, but we haven't really given much thought to where we're heading. So in this particular case, you know, as much as there is an engine and there's a propeller and there is some kind of control, actually we're sort of stuck with the elements. So the wind has a lot of influence over the direction in which we go. So she's caught a ride, she's gotten on, she's moving, they're already in the air, there is already progress that's taking place. But what's not really certain here is the end result and where she's going to land and what it's going to be like. So we have hope for the future, okay? Because that's what comes through with the Six of Swords, is very much a case of hope for the future, but it is also got a slight element of, I'm going to call it naivety attached to it, because she's just hoping, you know, that whole thing about the grass being greener on the other side. So she's hoping that the grass is going to be greener on the other side. There's no guarantees of it, but we have to celebrate and acknowledge the fact that there's progress. So for each one of us, it's Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. We have worked hard this week. We have put our hearts and souls into it. If you've taken the advice that Spirit has been giving you in the daily readings, I'm sure you have put a lot of effort into your activities, into your actions, into your whatever it is that you're working through. And yeah, you're probably hoping that you're making good progress, and you're probably hopeful that things are going to turn around and that things are going to start improving for you. Let's have a look and see what else we have from Steampunk Tarot. Okay. Right. So what we have here is we have card 20 of the Major Arcana, and it is the card of Judgment. All right. So let's let's look at the images. I love the steampunk images. So here we have this angelic being across the top. I love the wings. Okay. I love the gramophone. I mean, when last have you seen a gramophone? You know, and gramophones can be so loud. As much as their sound is supposed to be melodious, I don't know. The gramophones I've listened to in my little lifetime haven't always been so melodious. So we've got this gramophone, and you can see he's winding it up. All right, the sound is coming out. The people down below, they're in some kind of a vehicle, so maybe it's a continuation from this journey that we're on. And suddenly they're hearing a sound. Well, she is, at least. She's hearing a sound, and she's standing up, and she's going like, "Oh, what am I hearing? What's going on?" This person in front over here, I don't know if it's going to come through on camera, but it almost looks like he's slouched over. It almost looks like maybe I'm going to label him as passed out. Okay, he's not really active in the situation, in the progress, in the flying that's taking place here. And this gentleman, he looks like he's telling lots of stories. I can almost hear him like, you know, telling stories about how fabulous he is and how wonderful he is. So this lady is the card, or is the person representative of you and I and the message that Spirit are bringing. The Judgment card is always a message of hear the call, okay? There is somebody trying to grab your attention. Most of the time it is Spirit. And what you have to do is you have to answer that call. And we all do this. We all get these little nudges from Spirit. We all get these little like kind of do this, do this, do this. There's a lot of these little thoughts that come through to us, but we often don't listen. We often don't pay attention. We offer we are often so involved in sleeping or telling our stories that we don't stand up and pay attention to listen to what's being said. We are so desperate for change. We have initiated, we have made, we are progressing, we are making the change. But somewhere along the line, just because you're halfway doesn't mean you can't change direction, change your mind, or change the situation. And I think this is what Spirit is saying. So the card of Judgment is about, don't be so focused on the end result that you're not open to, let's call it negotiations and changes part way. So they're in some kind of a flying machine. It does look like their propeller has stopped spinning, but that's okay. They're not in any danger. Spirit are watching them. But it's about listening to, and when the judgment card comes up, especially in a daily reading, I like to say, listen to repeated messages today. Okay? Listen to repeated messages today. Are you hearing the same song on the radio over and over and over? Are people using the same phrase, the same statement over and over and over? Whatever you're hearing on repeat today, pay extra special attention to it. Extra special attention, because maybe the direction you're moving in isn't quite where you need to be, and spirit are wanting to make some tweaks and adjustments along the way. But if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it completely. Okay, let's have a look at our last card for today's reading. Three of Pentacles. Yep, it makes complete sense to me. So again, this is you over here. You are working hard. You're a perfectionist. You're putting all the effort in. You're doing everything that you need to. You're working as hard as you can. Everybody else has come on board. There he stands with his plans. Okay, so he's got like all these plans drawn out, written out, and he's checking your work against the plans to make sure that you are doing things correctly. She, on the other hand, she's all more worried about the aesthetic. She's all more worried about what it looks like. You are just like ignoring them completely and almost thinking to yourself, can you go away and leave me alone so I can just get on and do the work that I need to? So we've got different energies coming through, but the Three of Pentacles, it's messages that people are noticing you, people are watching you, people are looking at you. The Judgment also has that same message. It's saying to you that spirit are calling you, trying to attract your attention, because they're watching you, they're seeing you, and they're trying to give you a message. So today, understand, work-wise, you've made progress. These changes coming, you have made those changes, you have initiated those changes. It's going to be positive, it's going to be good, as long as you are actively involved in listening to messages, listening to anything that's on repeat, and you keep putting the effort in. Okay, keep doing the work that you need to do, keep listening to the messages, keep listening. Like I almost want to say, if people are coming to you from a place of ego, we don't want to pay attention. But if there's positive, good advice, let's call it constructive criticism, let's not be too quick to judge it, let's not be too quick to dismiss it. Let's take it in before we complete the project at hand, because if we just blindly go wherever we're going, we may not have the success that we're looking for. All right, I do think that's a bit of a better message than what we've had the last couple of days. So friends, as always, I do hope that you have an amazing Thursday. With love and blessings from my heart to yours. Until we connect again, take care.